listening to the Unapologetic podcast, starring the actual factual Kimberly Smith and Sir Goodwin Live, weekly podcast based around Black culture, current events, entertainment, best friend series, Black love series, and controversial and informative topics and shows featuring special guests. Subscribe, listen, and follow on all podcasts and social media platforms.
And we are live.
Unapologetic. I like to let the beat
I didn't know what you was
sometimes.
doing. I didn't know what you was doing.
We hadn't been here in a while, so I'm really liking the beat again. Shout out to Michael Murphy and Juli and Big Ass Records for making it happen.
What a dick.
Unapologetic live podcast show on a Wednesday night. You're used to hear entertainment and current events with the actual and factual Kim Smith. We gave her the night off. We brought her in on Tuesday. Make sure you check that out on all podcasts and on our IGTV. Tonight we brought in a special cast, an outspoken cast, an unapologetic cast to discuss: do mothers prepare their daughters for a healthy relationship? And people will say, well, why are you all talking about it? Well, because we're the ones in a relationship.
Right, bitch.
We are the ones being verbally and physically abused because of what they saw and what they do. But we're going to talk about it in an educated way. I'm joined by the podcast killer. He's usually here on Wednesday nights anyway, but we're going to have him in. Antonio Reed. Give him a round of applause. He took his hair down for this special.
I gotta be natural. I'm wearing my crown today. I don't got time for this shit, y'all.
And we also have a fan favorite and one who is very outspoken and unapologetic. If you follow him on social media, I'm pretty sure you've been mad at him and all of those good things. And in his inbox, telling him to shut the hell up. Leonis Thomas back. Welcome. How are you, sir?
Great. Thanks for having me.
And we have NIU royalty in the building today. And somebody that was more popular than me on the NIU campus. And we know I was one of the most popular people, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Don't force an opinion.
How about you come a little closer to this microphone? Give it up for Chris Daniels, a.k.a. Bike Man, Unapologetic debut today. How are you, sir?
Man, we here, y'all. We gonna try to make some sense of all of these people reeling on y'all. So
Yeah.
I like how you took.
Yeah. NIU homecoming this weekend. We know you will be in the building, so thank you for taking out the time to fly into Chicago on your bike. Be a bike man was when I was there 20 years ago. Bike man was riding around on a custom bike with custom sounds and custom wheels, and that's how he has the name Bike Man.
All right, because I thought you was calling him Batman. I was like, they got a thing. I ain't know. I'm like, is he saying Bike Man or Batman? I don't know.
Well, that's maybe
what's
just
up.
my lisp.
That's
But
what's
yeah,
up.
this is Bike Man. So our mothers prepared their daughters for healthy relationships. Is something that started when we were right here in this room not too long ago, and we said we had to make a show out of it.
Yeah,
and here we are. So everybody be unapologetic and give your experience. And do we think that mothers, just a yes or no to begin, do we think that mothers actually look to prepare their daughter for a relationship or a marriage in the beginning? Do they groom them to be in a relationship or marriage?
You could just say all in favor.
No.
No?
We just raise our hands.
No.
And shit.
I'm gonna say it depends.
Okay, it depends. That's ain't no riding the fence in here.
You gotta pick a side, man.
You know?
It depends.
Now, Chris is the married man. divorced man.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the married man, long-term relationship man. Leo is the single man.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Maybe getting married one day.
One day soon.
White collar guy.
We
And
blue collars around here.
oh, okay. So you got to be white collar compared to this guy because he's definitely
I'm
blue collar, single.
Wild card.
Probably. Do you want to
I'm
get
married.
married?
Yeah, I'm married guy. I want to get married.
You want to get married?
Yeah.
You borderline. You got about so you
1.5.
40.
Yeah.
See, you,
That's about the right age.
That's
you,
it.
No,
That's my
women.
cutoff.
Women don't want
Oh,
that.
well, yeah, that's true.
Women don't want that.
Well, no, what you
on
mean?
their time.
They're
About
40-year-old men. I feel
About
like
40, they want to be already married and kids and all that. Not women.
women,
Men,
yeah.
yeah.
But men at 40, I feel like
That's
they
a
get the
soft-
most action.
That's
Yeah.
a soft man.
See, that's the difference between women. Women want to do it on their time. Men want to do it on their dime. So, You know what I'm saying? The
You
men
speak
got
too,
money.
bike man? All right.
I'm just making some sense of it.
You might want to hold this because you already you're very low.
Okay.
So let's
What about you? Because you
What?
do you think mothers groom their daughters for healthy relationships?
You
We're
know-
not gonna let you just ask.
yeah, I
We're
don't.
putting you on the record.
You know what? I don't think so. I think that parents are usually pretty naive, and we're not even thinking that far down the road.
Okay.
So my answer to that is no. But I have two different ways to put this, and the first one I want to talk about is by example.
Okay.
Do mothers lead by example with the people that they have around to show their daughters what a healthy relationship is like? So you can have the family they've been married, and they together, they raise their kids together. But for them, I think most marriages end in divorce. So for the most part, it's single family, single moms, go to mom house, go to dad house. I'm pretty sure dad probably has some different women around, and the woman may have
A friend.
He a friend. A friend.
He a friend.
Okay.
That's my friend.
Okay. So what about lead by example, Juli? Do you feel like women try to lead by example?
Any respect a woman tries. I'm not gonna outright bash women, because I think that people get the wrong perception that we finna sit here and bash women. I think, for the most part, in my heart of hearts, women hold off extremely long with bringing a new man around their children. Now, going down further in the show, when that man finally comes around, I see mom negotiating against herself, but I hold that opinion off once you get to, it's a talk.
No, we don't. They
I
don't
said,
need to
but
know.
I see it. But yeah, women are kind of behind the 8 ball as far as when you say set an example to me, because it's like you say 90% of women are gonna be single mothers. I hate to say it, in our communities, that feels like that's right for me. The 10% that made it, fucking unicorn. So they kind of baited into like keeping the two worlds separate, but at times they gotta cave in because mama gotta have a life too or whatever. And that's what meeting a friend, meet mama's special friend. He a special friend too.
Okay.
But I think in their hearts they try to lead by example. I don't know how well though. They try.
What type of household did you grow up
I grew up in a single mother home, and I was going to say this conversation being sparked and the issue of fairness, we have to look at our mothers. Because if we were raised by women, that's what we see women as from. And we made the choice as men when we became what we were going to be. We're going to be the man that treat our women like our mothers will treat us. We're going to be better. Watching my mother like she did, she tried her best. And as you got older, you like, this ain't your motherfucking friend. He been here every night. Friends go home.
Yeah.
But she did we all knew our fathers or whatever, but you knew like this man, they keep coming around eating the fruit snacks and shit.
Yeah.
This motherfucker is somebody that matter more.
Capri Suns.
That's my shit, yo. Shut your ass up,
Eating
kid.
cereal at night.
Right. Bitch ass keep eating all the food and shit.
So, Leo, what about you? What type of household did you grow up in?
Both my parents been together. This year they celebrated their 40th.
Come on, 10%.
Oh, wow.
10% right
Oh,
there.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
so that's all
nice.
I know.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
So, do you think that women try to lead by example with their daughters at an early age?
I think that no, not in a good way, not consciously, not in a good way, not consciously. I feel like a lot of mothers sabotage their daughters at a younger age. I think I've experienced that. I've seen it. I've seen it into my 30s, man.
Sabotage in what way?
Well, they don't really want the best for their daughters because they're jealous of their daughters. Like they're jealous of their youth. They're jealous of their looks. They're jealous from the attention because a lot of times these women had kids young, and they like their daughters are more like their sister. So they're kind of like like sisters. So and a lot of times it's like the selfish nature. It's a selfish nature. So like I feel like in my experience, even from high school, like I've always gotten along with the girl's father. They always liked me. The father was always like, oh yeah, because I think fathers look more so at like where you come from. Men know men, especially players. So if you're a player, oh yeah, I like this guy. This guy's all right. He might have some player in him, but that's what a young guy's gonna do.
Right. Good.
Right. For the most part, right. And so, but I've not gotten along with a lot of mothers, ironically. But as soon as I would stop dating the woman or the girl, as soon as some goofy come along who has nothing going on, who got a whole bunch of baby mamas, right? The mother loved that guy. Who dropped out of high school. She loves that guy because they don't want the best for their daughters a lot of the times. Not every time, but a lot of it.
So you witnessed that?
I've experienced it too. I've experienced it. Yeah, I knew somebody who her mom encouraged her to have a child she didn't even want to have.
Whoa.
At a young age. And her mom had went down that road before. So why would you encourage your daughter to do the same thing?
Right.
Shit is sick.
Right.
But and she was just kind of like not strong enough to stand up to her mom and say, no, I'm not doing this. But my mom was a hater.
Yeah.
Saw her potential coming, saw it coming.
Yeah.
And so she's like, no, you need to have your first one. Well, if you had the first one, you might as well have all of them.
The whole kid and caboodle. Get it out the way.
But I've seen that. Like I've seen, sabotage. Sabotage.
Now, Juli doesn't have daughters, and Leo doesn't have daughters. Chris, you have a daughter, correct?
Yes, I am a single parent
Oh.
of a 2-year-old.
Oh,
Single
check you
parent
out.
of a 2-year-old. So, I guess you could speak for your household first. What type of household did you grow up in?
So I grew up in a house of 7. It was 4 boys and 3 girls. And my mom, she was very strong. As far as the women setting their daughters up for success, I'm going to say it depends on the experience that the mother have been through herself. Because she only can teach the girl what she knows, kind of like out of sight, out of mind, right? And if the mother is not, I don't want to say adventurous, but kind of like a go-getter on trying to learn new things or whatnot, then yeah, she will teach her daughter kind of the same old thing, and it'll be kind of a revolving door as far as ways or how women conduct each other, so they keep going generation to generation. So if that woman is not capable of breaking almost like a generational curse of how she lives, then yeah. But if she has what it takes to stand up to what she's going through, seeing what she's going through, and teaching her daughter, okay, look, baby, I might have to go through this, but you may have time, you make a change, and you don't have to go through this if you do this, if you do X, Y, and Z. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
So you feel like the verbal advice is what a lot of women attempt to do versus lead by example.
Well, I mean, they only can lead by example if they are leaders themselves, right? I mean, it's difficult for a follower to make a leader. I mean, because at the end of the day, we got to think about it. I mean, women are taking over. The world. I mean, they get equal rights. They're getting paid as much as men. They're doing just as much as men now. So, I mean, if we don't have women that's teaching these little girls that new way of thinking, then they're already doing it. I hate to say that. But.
Well, I grew up I had a father and a stepmother. Then I had my mother who was single. And, we've never had, down the road conversations that I remember. Okay, well, when you get married, this is how this is supposed to be.
Exactly.
Or you supposed to, wait, not too many sexual conversations. So I think that it's uncomfortable for a lot of parents to go there, especially with the girls. So they end up, having to experience it and learn from the streets. And now we'll get later on in the show, we'll talk about social media and the effects it has today. But back in the day, they learned from the streets. We had a lot of teenage pregnancies, back then, which probably would have been avoided with a conversation. So I feel like because parents think that, their kid, they're too young, they're not thinking about that right now, that it end up being too late.
Now, my question to you, because I'm assuming you're referring to yourself, do you think that conversation should have been had by your father, who you had the pleasure to know, or from your mother? Because even though we're talking about women, it felt like your perspective was, with your mother would have been uncomfortable, but if your sister, in my mind, it shouldn't be. Whereas with us, even though me talking to my son who's 15 now about sex, it was the most uncomfortable fucking feeling I ever had in my life. Like, I was stammering and trying to get straight to the point, and like, you see it wouldn't be as uncomfortable if your child was receptive to it, but in the interest of fairness, if my mother I would lie my ass off and try to get up out of that conversation, much like my son did. So male to male, it was awkward, but it got done. I wouldn't even know where to begin with my daughter. So if I flip-flop that, a mother and a son, I can see how that'll be uncomfortable. Do you think a mother and a daughter, it'll be as uneasy as it is with our sons?
Yeah. I think that it's uncomfortable because my kids are teenagers and preteens, and I don't even think about them having sex. I don't think about grandchildren and stuff like that. But that's right around the corner. It could be. So that's why I say I feel like you naive as a parent. You don't want to do it, and then you just kind of. It just kind of happens.
Then after that, it's just...
And that's already a red flag going into, a relationship. Because it's usually that first boy that come around that usually changes, that relationship usually changes the dynamic between you and them.
Of course. And that's why I fear having a daughter. You stated I don't have one. These are some that I couldn't know.
So I can't say that because I used to always want a little bike guy running around, a little boy running around, fixing stuff with me and things like that. And when I found out I was having a little girl, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was kind of like, dang. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You want to reread the ultrasound?
But then, like, after having and dealing with it, and I mean, just stepping up to that level of responsibility, it was actually the better of the choice.
That's deep.
I feel like, it would be a little easier.
Believe it or not, yeah, and you get a better interaction because of the opposite, know, male versus female, male,
course.
so I take advantage of that also. But I wasn't thinking like that when that time came. I was like, little girl, oh damn, I'm about to do with this little girl.
Leo, would you suggest to your daughter to be monogamous?
Yeah. You mean?
That's
Yeah, of course. You know, but now who is this? Who's she monogamous to? Her husband, her boyfriend, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm talking eventually getting to husband.
I'm gonna let her know though, like because depending on who she's dating, I'll be like, you got your little player, okay? So don't go looking for nothing. Because eventually you're gonna find something. I would tell her that. I'll break the game down. Like, just don't even do that. Don't mess up your mental health because he got some player in him. And if she asks why, I'll be like, because I know game recognized game. I know he's a player.
Yeah,
and I ain't even mad. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I think that now I would not suggest monogamy to my kids. And that's a boy and girl. I would I ain't saying no poly nothing, but I would suggest them to date. And try to date without sex, if that's possible.
You mean? I thought you meant monogamous, like one sexual partner.
Well, yeah. Once they get married, or once you find a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you stick with them. I have some family members or some people that I mentor, and they just all in love with this one person at an early age. I just don't feel like that is the right way to go. I definitely would say date around and be friends and see what works.
But I would tell my daughter to cap the age. I'd be like, listen, man, at 23, I would have a conversation with her. I'd be like, listen, between 9 and 27, you need to get your husband or know who your husband is. Don't let 30 hit you. Because the game changes at 30. Now, it's not impossible.
Okay.
But you're 30. You got to compete with what I just showed y'all on Instagram. She's 24 years old. So you'll be 30 years old competing with 24-year-old. Because they want the same man. They want the same man.
They all have the same prize.
So, same thing, right? If you're 40 years old, you might be athletically, as a man, you might be super athletic, strong, all that, right? But if somebody's 24,
doing the
25,
same thing you doing,
and he working out like you,
come on, man.
It's going, not saying you can't keep up with him, but it's going to be a long day.
The truth is the truth.
You know what I mean? But guess what? At 40, you can get a woman he can't get because we're valued for different things. At 24 as a guy, you're like nothing. You're like worthless. You know what I mean? Like it's been like 19. You might even be more athletic at 19, but you're worthless because you're not established, you don't have a career. A guy who's 40 will come take your girl every time. Just come and take it, right? But the opposite is true with women. So, if you don't let 30 hit you without having that ring on your finger.
Well, you know what? I've always been a faithful type of guy. I've never been the type to like to go date around and have a whole bunch of options and things like that. I mean, one, it takes up too much of my time.
And money.
And money. Yeah, eat your pocket alive.
That's true.
Yeah. But I don't know. So I was 17, maybe 18. I told my brothers, like, you know what, man, I ain't about to be out here dating all these women. This is back when I was trying to find what I wanted to be even back then. And they all laughed at me. 10 years later, my brother got 9 kids. My other brother got 10. Another one got 2.
So who's laughing now, right?
Yeah, So I don't know. And having that experience, and once again, when I said it depends, I have that experience where I could tell my daughter, hey, this is the advantage of not dating, focusing on one person, knowing, but it's an art and it's a skill.
Yeah.
You have to be able to decipher, kind of, and not jump too fast. Give a person enough chance to mess up, do whatever they're gonna do. You can find out who they are, but for the most part, yeah, give them that chance and go from there.
Juli, what type of man would a black woman tell her black daughter to go after? She's a teenager, maybe going off to college. What type of man does she tell her to get?
The common mistrope is that you just say, find you a man with money, and you leave it blank. Like, if this young, impressionable man hears that, truthfully, she could go outside and find the biggest drug dealer on the block. He got money, he could take care of you, give you everything you want, your little heart desires. Instead of, I think mothers should say, find a man that appears to be all about you. If I had a daughter, which I wish y'all luck, and even Leo to say, I'm like, I couldn't imagine saying to somebody because I'm that third world father that want to keep her locked away. Congrats to y'all for being so open-minded. But if I were in y'all positions, it would be find a man that makes you at least feel. Because I'm not naive. I like how Bike Man said it. Like, let motherfuckers mess up, you know what I'm saying? Try to believe in it so you know what's going on. Because we men, we want to be faithful. You rarely meet a guy that say, I want to be faithful. We want to be, we never admit it. So if mothers led with, find a man that appears to be into you and not just saying and showing it. Like, find a man that know everything about you because that increases the odds that this man may not hurt you and scar you and turn you bitter. When you send her out looking for money, she's always chasing the man who giving her money. Now, you got to look, along my thinking with Leo, with the age, dude with the money don't really need you. So it's like, if you only here because you see my money, when that honeymoon, rose-colored glasses or whatever wears off, I'm going to look at you like, but why are you here when I had the money and you got nothing? So now she kicked to the curb looking for the next one, and the cycle just goes on and on. Instead of saying, go out and find a man that's into you, you set her on the wrong path. Right off the bat. And I'm going to say she's saying it with good intentions, but she not being direct as to find a man with money that does this. She just say, find a man that's on money and got money that's going to take care of you, which ain't a bad thing, but it needs more substance laced with it.
Jackie is watching with us, and she says one that respects her opinion and values what she has in mind for her future. Leo, same question. What should a mother tell her daughter growing up, teenage years? What type of man?
A man that comes from a good family. I think that's important. You look at where he comes from because chances are he's gonna emulate what he saw growing up. So if his parents together, he's gonna want to be together with you. If he got married, like I'm looking at it like I'm repeating everything that my parents did. Like I'm in my 30s. I'm not married, but I'll probably be on the other end of, towards the end of my 30s being married, and I'm probably gonna stay married, right? You know what I mean? So I it's important that, and I think parents should tell boys the same thing. But like with daughters, like look where he comes from, learn what he values. Make sure that he's stable, right? He doesn't have to be rich. He doesn't have to be anything like that. Just make sure that he's stable. He has family values, and that he has good character. That's what should be told. But I don't think the women tell him anything. Maybe like you said, money, right? But money, you could be a thief and get some money. You can have low character and get some money. So that shouldn't. And then what happens when you meet somebody else who make $2 more? You're gonna drop him for who got a couple dollars more.
Absolutely.
Right? And a man is not the value of a man is not necessarily his pockets, in my opinion. Not all of it, right? That's a part of it, but for the most part, like you have to have, if you're a cool guy, you're a stand-up guy, that's the most important part.
Bike Man, would you recommend yourself for a young woman growing up? Would you recommend yourself?
I would.
Why?
He leans forward. I heard him that time.
So there's certain values within myself that, I mean, if a girl's to find a person with those values, you know, a person that's going to stand up for you no matter what, no matter how big the challenge is. You know, a person that doesn't keep sweeping the dust under the rug and waiting until it pile up. Hey, what's that lump under the rug? You know, take on the problems right here and there. You know, a person that is you know, dependable. Mm-hmm. You know, a man of their word. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have at least my daughter sign up for that guy every single time. But like Leo said, when they come in talking about money, right? You send them off right away. I mean, especially at a young age, because at a young age, society is not set up for a person 17, 18 to have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Right. You got to think they're still working minimum wage jobs. They're still trying to go to college, go to get graduate out of high school. They're still trying to make a way for themselves. And here you are. Hey, go out there and find you somebody with some money. Okay, so now you just sent the little girl off. You tell her to go look for an adult. You know what I mean? Because they the ones with the money. Like you said, the 40-year-old man will come through and he'll take them. Why? Because the woman sent the girl off, told him to go look for the man with the money.
I don't think that's a send-off, but I think that, like, I mean, an older guy, I think women should date older guys anyway.
Why?
Why? Because I feel like that's just the natural order of things. The older you are, the more established you become, which is what is the most attractive to women. And the more youthful a woman is, the more attractive she is to men.
Well, there's a border between. I mean, we have to think about the age gaps and things like that. You don't want to find yourself being with someone that's, you know, too old, where, you know, 10 years down the line, you gotta, you know, now you're carrying the weight of this person because of the age difference. I mean,
well, what's too old?
I'm not telling my daughter that's in college to date somebody that's in their late 30s.
Exactly. I mean, but that is a huge. I mean, that's huge. But like, I would like if someone's 21, I don't think that it's out of order for her to date a 28-year-old.
Yeah, that's okay.
Especially
that's what they
right?
Yeah. But you know, 35, 38. You 21.
But look, he being real. That 35-year-old is looking at her. Yeah. And if she has any form of maturity, he will value her because she checking off boxes with him. Mm-hmm. And if we being like ruthless truth, she'll gain experience while being taken care of. It's no guarantee they'll stay together, but she's gonna walk away checking boxes of our own. So he's right. Like, we looking at their youth and they looking at our stability, and they go hand in hand. Would it be hard for y'all to send them down that path? I imagine it would be. But in the interest of fairness, if you don't want your daughter hurt, you would tell her to go older, because like he said, if he got a little play in him, he gonna keep that away from you, as opposed to your 21-year-old boyfriend who's sleeping with the whole dorm room floor, scarring you.
And sleeping on the floor at that.
Well, when you know, you take away the ability to build when you go out and you go seek an older person. An older person generally is already established. They've already done the things that they wanted to do in life, whatnot. And 9 times out of 10, a young lady is still out trying to find her way. Now, yeah, she might learn some things from an established person or whatnot, but to build together and to learn together, learn those life lessons. You know, the younger girl may do something that may irritate the hell out of the older person because he may expect her to already know this. But in her mind, it's not even there. She hasn't even experienced that.
Yeah, and then in your 20s, you know, aren't you supposed to live a little, you know, do some traveling, hang with friends,
exactly.
And do all that, versus if you go with somebody older, they've been there, done that, that's probably going to, you know, cause some friction there.
Yeah, well, that depends. Sure. That depends, because women can get it out of their system at a way younger age than guys. When a woman is 21, she's with the celebrities. She's in VIP. She don't have to, because she doesn't have to pay anything. Mm-hmm. She just looks great. So she's over here. She got guys offering her trips, flying her out. She's going all these different places. By 25,
She did it already.
she did it already.
Okay.
But the guy who's 25,
He ain't.
he hasn't done it yet.
He
As
ain't
a-
chasing the check.
But no,
He's still doing it.
But he ain't
how is
doing
he
it on
doing
that
it?
level though.
But what did she do it for? In exchange for her time.
But see what I think me and Leo trying to
And her
say
private
is that
part.
y'all
Yeah.
looking at it now. That you said it. The private part is
It's
on the
a
table.
risk.
Is do you want your daughter compiling more bodies to get to where we trying to get her to quicker, or do you want her to hey, this what it look like settled? You could go back and play, but you're going to be chasing this
Yep.
the whole
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Now, I'm not opposed
Yep.
to either way because I get what y'all saying, like, let her figure it out. Because women are forever evolving. If a man don't know that, you will never know a woman. So, like you said, a woman, she at 21, she not going to be at 25, as opposed to us. We could be the same us from 19 to 38, goddamn. I myself. So, women hit these stages and peaks, so y'all kind of right. She may not want to be with a established guy, but the dark side of what nobody is saying is like, she can meet her match. And when I keep saying strong, she can meet the guy that breaks her altogether because she's trying to stay within her age bracket. When me and Leo saying like, if I'm 25 with a 21-year-old, I'm still in we in the same kind of age bracket. So I'm sleeping with you. I'm looking at your friends. Your cousin look good. I'm all types of conniving. Whereas if I'm 40 or like he said, 28, 30, I see your little friends or whatever, but I'm like, yeah, but you got it. Like your friend, she gonna hit these pockets. I just want you. So it's like the older we go up, the player never really leave us. Is what we all saying. I just don't got the time to be lying and plot. Let me just say you because you young and cute and youthful. So I may value you a little bit more than somebody your age. And you may not end with me, but as I say, not to be redundant, you're gonna walk away with better experience to me being what you're chasing the whole time.
Let's go back just a tad bit to the mother sending them away to college. Now, all of us here are college educated. I'm a mother, I'm sending my child to college. Do you think they're saying, hey, go get this college guy with money or he has potential to make money? Or if they don't go to college or maybe a community college and they see the guys in the hood, they got the money. Do those girls, do they tell them, okay, well, you're not gonna get that white collar dude? Do you say, you go get the street pharmacist?
I can't count enough how many women say they wish they would have dated me back then when they had a chance.
They knew better. They knew better. They knew better.
Well, no, okay, I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt to have on t-shirts with ketchup stains on them and shit, dirty, all along my hands and shit. You know what I'm saying?
A hands-on guy.
I was, but I mean, they never realized why I was dirty, why I was, my attention. One of my female friends, she told me, I don't care about normal things that other people care about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even back then, it showed it. So as a result, the average woman, a girl back then,
Go right past.
They go right past. But yeah, they look and they say, man, if I would have known you was gonna do this and do that, and I would have did this and we would this and it would have, should have, could have. But hey, we here now, and
and that these are the breaks. I feel like fortunate enough. The mother who can send her daughter off to college, it kind of takes care of itself. Now, the mother who can't, she's only giving the advice that she can't follow through on. Because if her daughter ends up at a community college guy, nothing wrong with community college, because most people go to community college, finish at Chicago State, USC, whatever. We ain't knocking that. But her daughter is still in her environment. She didn't go away and have to get these life experiences that Bike Man mentioned. So if a mother is sending that little girl off, she can say next to nothing because now I'm dropping you in an increased environment of finding a like-minded individual like you. Even though college, y'all can tell y'all stories, homecoming for the Huskies or whatever, but more than likely, the odds increase that, okay, if somebody got this little boy from wherever to go down to this boondock-ass area, he gotta want to be down here to do something. So she wouldn't have to say too much. Like the only thing she would say is like, go down there, keep an open mind, ain't nothing back here for you. And it feel like you knocking where you came from. But sometimes you gotta be real, like pre-production. We all know that truthfully half the motherfuckers we go to school with ain't gonna never be shit, gonna be in jail, gaming. We already know. So a good mother gonna tell that truth like,
Well, hell, that's what they told me. I'm gonna be dead in jail.
all that. Now you proved them wrong.
Yeah.
You the anomaly, but these motherfucking teachers and mamas know. So if that mama tell her daughter like, your little boyfriend back here gonna be here when you get back, go down there, keep open mind, find somebody that's doing what you doing. It should take care of itself, in my opinion.
Leo, you went to Hampton,
Right.
in VA.
Mm-hmm.
What was the scene like there?
Crazy.
Uh-oh.
Crazy.
When it comes down to, I'm pretty sure it was more females than males,
10-1.
and them trying to trap you,
Trap
you, get you,
Get you married? Oh man, they were pressure. Some of them was pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I am the way I am dating, because I'm comparing these women now to like what I was accustomed to back then. I gotta kind of get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll come over your house and clean your house, cook for you, make you a pie, literally, right? So like, I mean, rub your feet, bro. Like I'm talking about, damn.
Worship.
I ain't gonna say worship.
That's what it feels like to me, goddamn.
But to them, it's regular.
That's normal.
They were raised to do that. They were from random towns in
the South. They
South.
gotta be from the South.
Or Pennsylvania, places like that, Vermont,
Chicago
places
women
like
ain't
that.
doing
Right? And they from
Chicago
the country.
women, they ain't going.
Listen, I'm talking about like, man, like they were from some of the most random places, and a lot of them was from country places. And country doesn't have to necessarily be South, but I didn't even know. I'm talking about, this is the first time where I would see women who were keeping their weight down because they want their future husband to like how they look.
Why that's
Like,
bad?
Now their mama,
damn.
so we see what their mama was telling
Yeah,
them.
she
right?
rolled it out.
Couldn't tell you what your friends look like because they ain't looking at them in their face. I wasn't raised to do that.
I think I visited that campus.
Man, listen.
I didn't get that in the brochure.
Listen, man, like it was crazy. Like, man, that's when I realized, like, I was like, because you hear all the time, black girls ain't gonna do this, black girls ain't gonna do this. Shit.
Stop playing.
I'm gonna send my son there.
Yeah. The legacy in campus.
I don't know. I think Goodwin can actually attest to this. Though when we went to college with, well, they were brutal.
Brutal how?
Well, I mean, you had to have your stuff in the line for them to give you a real shot. Like.
Can I play devil's advocate, because it goes back to what I'm saying?
Go
If
back
she's
to
here and you here, we at 0 now. You don't impress me because you're here, because I'm right here too next. So I could understand why. But if I found out what Leo was going, I'm gonna look at it like, maybe I could transfer. What is you talking about? And then it's just all y'all lads here. Now we finna go from 10-1 to 10-5. Hating on Leo, you ain't get as many foot rubs because I'm next door like, hey, come on here.
I put like, this is how crazy it was. I have a cousin who visited me at Hampton for our homecoming, right? He was a basketball player for Marquette at the time.
Dang.
Right? Was D-Wade's teammate, everything.
Let's get it.
He came down to homecoming to check me out. And he was like, now all these girls don't go here, bro. And I said, he's like, no, they don't. He's like, they got friends visiting or something. Hey, what's up? I'm talking to everybody I know. And he said, he was like,
I'm about to transfer.
bro, they D1, right?
I'm trying to think if they on the schedule.
I'm like, yeah. He was like, damn, Joe, I need to go down and talk to the coach because I need to bring my ass down here. I'm talking about, bro, like, matter of fact, I had my other cousin, Terrence Bird, right? He came down to visit me. He came down to visit me like my junior year. And he was like, damn, Joe, if I had known it was like this, I would come down here all the time.
Man.
Yeah.
Damn, I go to my apartment, he got girls in the apartment. Who are you? Who's this? Oh, he introducing me to people. Because they looking at him like,
You must go there.
who is, they know. They
Oh,
say,
they know already.
Because first off, he's from Chicago.
You can tell.
And he coming straight from the hood, so he talking to them, and they never been talked to like that because it's a bunch of square dudes going to him.
Damn.
So they like, damn, who are you? Next thing you know, who's this in my house? Like, they fixing shit to eat. Oh, damn. And so he was like, bro, if I had known, I'd have been right down here with you. He's like,
I never got that experience. But if Mari goes, if he want to go, like, no, you're going to HBCU. I'll be down to visit just to look.
That's the serious I've ever made in my life to go to HBCU.
Right. So women like to use the word provider. Okay, and so I'm pretty sure mothers would say, "Hey, you got to get you somebody who's going to provide." Now, I like an independent woman. I've never needed anyone to take care of me in my adulthood. Thank you, Jesus. But the word provider gets thrown around by women, and if you are not able to provide, then it's a problem. So, provide is a big word. A large scale, I should say. 50-50 bills. Mm-hmm. Are you a 50-50 type guy?
It depends on the situation. It depends. So, if she rubbing feet and she washing clothes and cooking and she know how to stay in the house, right? And she's assisting me.
She know how to stay in the house. What does that mean?
She knows how to stay in the house. She don't have a million friends, and she don't want a million friends, and she not running around with the hookers all the time. And
okay. Not brunching all the time.
Right. I don't want that. She a boss and all this other kind of shit. Yeah. As long as she not doing that, I'll pay for everything. But if you can.
Hey, but if these women, they don't even want you when you're paying for everything because they say that's like a sign of you being a sucker or something.
No, but here's the thing though: if she's doing what she's supposed to do and she know who the boss is, then that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about somebody who is like, oh nah, they still disrespectful. I'm baby, give me all my stuff back. What you talking about? Get out my house then. That I bought. Get out. Like, but they know who the alpha is, and they want that. Mm-hmm. I'm not even the best. The best thing for a man is to get a woman that wants a man that's the boss. Mm-hmm. Right? You can't convince her because if she thinks she's the boss, you have to convince her that you're not. That you're the boss. But if she knows who the boss is, that's the best situation.
So you said that money is the only thing that can make a woman submissive?
Nope. Game. And when I say game, I mean like your aura, who you are.
Her mother's telling her, hey, in order to submit, he need to, have money, be able to provide.
But that's why her mama ain't got no man.
Dang.
Okay.
That's why her mama's at home by herself, hoping that they're gonna take care of her one day.
So it goes back to what I was saying. It takes a woman to be able to stand up to their current situation and not put their daughters through the same thing. They gotta stand up to it.
But a lot of these girls now they're recognizing that their moms are bitter or that their moms are lonely and it didn't work for them. And so they're looking at it they're like, damn, I'm not gonna listen to her because she by herself. So what could she tell me? Let me listen to Kevin Samuels and see what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. Because, damn, this is not what I'm used to hearing, but I'm not seeing the results that I want. Mm-hmm. So let me go on and listen to this guy or whomever to get some game about myself because she could be lying. She could be sending me off. You don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think it's incentive-based for me. It's a lot of the things Leo said. Naturally, I want to take care of you if we serious. Right. Like, it's easy for me to pay, treat you nice, give you gifts, but you're always competing with if I think you using me. And if I even get that assumption, you out. Like, if I feel like you not, like, bringing me, because when you say, like, provide, I think we still in cahoots with the 50-50. You said, I've never been the guy that even me with having some evil thoughts about women that felt right about telling a woman where your head for the rent at. Like, it'll feel weird to me. Now, in the interest of fairness, if I come move with you and you on that lease and I'm not, then we gotta have a conversation. Cause what I'm not gonna do is pay full rent somewhere I just stay at. Now, if you live with me, rent is on me because it was already on me.
Right.
Like Leo say, once we get to the point where you forget that I live, you can go. And you will easily have somewhere to go because you're a woman. I hate to say, the government is ready to take care of you way before me.
Right.
So I got pride with my shit, but I'm also generous to say something natural about me wants to take care of this rent. Now, when we start getting down to these little bitty bills and shit, cable, light, gas, all that, then we can have a conversation because a part of me wants to just do all that. But I'm also like the saying, I want to do what you don't want. What a woman who asks for nothing get everything, essentially. So if you want to pay the light bill, I'm probably gonna fucking pay the light bill. But if you're like, well, what? Pay this fucking light bill, because now I got red flag. Why the fuck you can't pay the light bill and I pay rent? Naturally, as a man, not flown. Like Leo let you know, you like he say, he the boss. Mine gonna be more so or like we ain't gotta talk about the role I play here. Right. You should know. I ain't gonna remind you, you should just know. And this could be an easy partnership. Like even though I'm the head, like I ain't one of them fucking CEOs that just give you busy work. We a fucking union. Team. You know what I'm saying? Because when it goes something to where like handling doctor's appointments and shit, like I'm gonna come to you because I don't know none of that shit. More than likely. So when you go back to when you say women, mothers, say send a provider, I don't need you to over make your daughter be submissive because I will take her for don't make your daughter a doormat. Like I will never co-sign that because a real man don't even want that. Like I don't know no man I can look at that want to be able to do his girl any type of way. Don't make your girl over.
I can name one for you,
and we both know. We also don't want you to fucking weaponize your daughter to hate all men and show her, like he say, city girls up 100 of no. Don't make her be that, but don't make her be a daughter. Find that middle that every man is probably looking for.
Dude, have you ever dated a girl and you met her mother and you said, I see why you the way you are?
Man, as far as like dating, I'll make it quick, fellas. Because like I say, not to put my stress against y'all, like what I would really consider dating, I would say no, because the girls that I take serious when you meet their mothers, they cool. You know they probably the opposite of what you dating. Cause like if you let women talk and they tell you their story, it's everything Leo said. Me and him should have bumped fists. Every girl I meet 9 times out of 10 competing with their mother. And they blind to it. But I'm looking like, dang, your mama be fucking hating on you. And it's what, but it's everything Leo said. She's looking at what she could have been or her old self or whatever. And these girls so beholden to their mother that they been. But the women that I take serious like know that's happening and find a fine balance to kind of let their mama think she winning, but they ain't doing what their mama doing. But like some girls I done played around with, you be like, Joe, when you meet their mama, you be like, it makes sense.
The girls who are in competition with their mother or the mothers in competition with them, are the fathers around?
No.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I've never experienced the mother being jealous of the daughter. At least not in my family. I mean, they don't. The women in my family, they encourage the little girls. They try to stick by them. I mean, as much as they can. I mean, they want to go off the wayside. I mean, really, there's nothing you can do about it. They're at a certain age.
True. But this more so applies to women who have younger mothers.
Yeah.
Who, if you found their mother's social media page, you wouldn't even know she had. Or like, I got this one woman on my Facebook page, I swear to God, when she stand next to her daughter, you wouldn't even want the daughter. Yeah. You're the daughter 20-something, like some weird probably, but you would look at the mother and be like, and how she posts like, my ride or die. And like, I ain't even playing no girl, because like, you can see they got a nice bond, but you can tell this lady ain't accepting that I'm a grandma, I'm a mama, whatever. And like, she's what Leo said. She got the body, everything tight. Her daughter 20-something, but you'll be looking at the mother like, I want your ass. And I'm surprised that they not a competition.
But the mama knows she at the wall.
Hell yeah. She
Mama know, the daughter don't even know yet.
The daughter ain't aware.
But the mama is at the wall, bro. Just like I was, man, a lot, and this is gonna sound bogus, right? But a lot of women need to know when that wall is coming.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know. I was dating somebody who was like 28, 27, and she was saying, I'm just getting better as I get older.
I wish they'd stop saying that.
I'm like, hey, look at your 23-year-old self.
Yo, look at your little sister, because
Right.
she coming.
She coming. And I was just like, I just kept it to myself, like, no, you're not, but okay, you know what I mean? But I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Don't let that 30 hit you. I'm telling you.
He ain't wrong.
Don't do it. Because you're going to be like, damn, you're going to look up and dudes not even going to be, they going to start to check you. They going to start to not call you back and all that kind of stuff. You're going to be feeling old.
So is it not a daughter can't look up to her mother if her mother's, is that okay?
Yeah.
Look up to her mother?
As long as her mom is like, just like as long as her mom has the best situation for her. Like if her mom cares about her, yes.
What happens if mom is no one to look up to?
Then she shouldn't look up to her.
It becomes what we are with our fathers, and we know this at that show. We know we want to be the opposite of what we didn't have. It's nothing wrong with women saying the same thing. You gotta want to have that conversation with yourself, though. Because like I said, I'm able to look and be like, oh, I ain't gonna be nothing like this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? No knock against my father and anybody else going through. But if men can have that conversation, women can too. Like I say, find that balance. If that's the most you can do, be like, man, my mama might not be giving me the best advice. Let me appease her in some fashion, but just do everything opposite. But what happens, fellas, is see, they get caught in between having to lay that out. Because they can only do it so much. Where women's mothers will kind of pit them in a position of pick between your guy and her, where it don't really go that way. Like when we pick our woman, most men ain't shit your family gonna tell you. You can't tell me nothing about her. Whereas women will let their mother influence.
Who they want to be with?
Sabotage.
But kind of like because they don't want to hear all the crap either. You know, later on, you know, they start finding reasons.
But see, that's a weak woman. Yeah. And that'll pay me that. Like you say, now you'll be looking at Bike Man, successful Leo doing shit. You miss your beat like appeasing a woman who had her run. Why you don't wanna like think ahead for you, I can never know. You weak to your mother and it's fucking sad and pathetic, but that's the choice you make. Every woman gets to an age because they mature way faster than us that I won't even try to hear that shit. Whatever your mommy issues are, figure that shit out. Don't let no good thing get away from you because you trying to please her ass, who like Leo say, ain't got no fucking man at all. She sent you on your way. You went down the path and you learned shit. Like you can remember what she said and figure out like, no, that might not have been the best advice and make a fucking adult decision. Like, at 18, 19, I don't expect you to. But you better not at 25 like, well, mom, don't tell me shit your mama said, Joe. I don't care. And don't have no 3 in front of your age telling me anything, your mama, your friend. If you can't make the decision you want to make for you with a 3 in front of your age, like Leo say, you already dead and gone. You just don't know it yet.
Carrie Locks is watching us live on Instagram, and the comment is these daughters need to call out their moms and start asking for concrete answers as to why they are in the position they are in.
Damn, Carrie, that's real.
So
that's real.
If your mother is not leading by example and she's not giving you the advice that is working for you, you're now probably in your 30s and you turn to social media. You have Steve Harvey probably started it with Think
and
Like
I know
a
how you
Man,
feel
which is probably the dumbest thing that you could do is to try to think like a man. because most men, it's not real hard to figure out. They just want sex and they want new sex. So it's I mean, you can think like them all you want. That's, I mean, you all.
You say he wrote 400 pages to tell you one thing.
Right, that's just okay. So now there's a new guy who Leo likes, Kevin Samuels. I like him as well. I think that he keeps it real. I just don't like his delivery. Okay, he says some real stuff. He says real stuff about women. He says real stuff about men. You know,
they'll see that part.
Right. At 40, you know, I'm probably more attractive now than I was at 25 because of, the way I dress, maybe the way I act, the way I speak. I'm not flashy or fancy or gaudy, into cars and stuff like that. So I think that Kevin Samuels is, pretty right. What do you all feel about social media influences on women today? Because you all are dating. So what they see on social media, my wife comes back and tells me stuff about what she see people doing on social media and saying, and I'll be like, I don't give a damn what they doing, but why you not like them? So how is the social media influence for you and Dave Bike Man?
Man, well, it's already tough. I put a post the other day. Everybody want to see a picture of your Johnson now, man.
Dang. They need to know. They gotta know.
But when I saw that post, when I read that, most of them was saying no. That
was the decent women that we know. Come on, they ain't about to get up there.
Hey, don't be fooled by them either.
Yeah, you can't be fooled. Like,
don't be
they
fooled
was trying to act like they ain't asked for a picture of somebody's Johnson.
On the real,
you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and then also, the expectations that they come in early with, they don't even allow it to build up. Mm-hmm. And then another thing is too, the trust factor. The women actually believe in who you are. They've come across so many people that when they come across somebody that's really, they don't believe it. I've heard that before. Mm-hmm. All the bullshit. Make you just like, man, fuck that shit.
Leo go on with it with social media.
Man, they know who to play with, who not to play with. Like, I feel like a lot of them who don't have any manners will step to you and be like, "Oh, you need to cash me out," and all that bullshit. I was like, "Yo, what? Like, get the fuck out."
You need to cash me out.
They're talking crazy. Like, they want you to just blow you, fly me out, or do this, or do that.
Give them money right now. Hell,
they actually say that.
What? It be in their fucking bio, they Cash App, and they Zelle. It's a bold move to me.
I don't even pay them any attention. Like, I'm like, yo, okay, like, what you a city girl, huh? Oh, okay, get your goof ass out my face. I just don't play like that. Like, I feel like a man should be dominant. Who you talking to? Who you think I am? You think I'm about to trick on you? What you think this is? You get your bum ass out there. Like, I don't even, like, I feel like an independent woman is cool, right? But I think that every woman wants to be taken care of. I think every woman wants that. But there are some women who know how to get it, and there are some who have no game whatsoever. And they tend not to have any game because their mama never taught them how to get in the game. If I was to give you some money, just some random chick, you just let me get some money because she thinks she look good. If I gave her some money, which I don't, but if I did, don't you know that this is nothing to me? That you're just some little bust down to me?
Right, and you probably give it to someone else as well.
I'm gonna give it to as many as I can afford. Right. So I'm like, yo, if all you're bringing to the table is you and some sex, let's say I move you in my house, it might be 3 other girls there. Because I can have as many girls as I can afford. Because who are you? You a city girl? See, your mama never gave you no game. You're not up here. You don't want me to be in my house by myself. And with you, you don't help me get ahead. So tell your mom to move in here too. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on.
See, I would tell my daughter to avoid guys like that.
But that's what you're supposed to do. But see, in the defense of him, this is why I come back to the mature guy. if a girl got a taste of that, because remember, you didn't know he was that till you presented that you were that girl. So if you're gonna learn a life lesson when she get treated by him, she gonna know I can't come at the next dude like this. And she might luck up on a sim who gonna like go against everything he just said, and then sometimes taking him wrong with it. But you say Kevin Samuels, he coming right out with it. With me with social media, like the expectations of comparison, I'm ahead of the curve because I'm very public when I'm feeling a chick. So I kind of benefit from social media shit. Like, if a girl gets serious with me, they've seen what I've done. Now, what they shouldn't do, because remember I say Leo lets you know and you will find out from me. You're not the girl you saw me doing all these things with. Right. You got to become that girl. Mm-hmm. So now if you foolishly think, because now you're here, you getting the treatment, I'm going to hurt your feelings. But the girls that I mess with that make it to the page, mamas must have gave them game. Because Leo ain't short-stopping the saying, like, if you got game, the shit gang gonna recognize game. And I'm gonna know, like, yeah, you a motherfucker, I wanna keep it around, because you'll find a way. And it's easy, like, what makes me mad about women is they are already weaponized with the things that we want with physical attraction. Think about if it was the other way around. And women just want us for looks, and we could take our ass to the gym, get swallowed up, and that's all they wanted. Do you know how fucking easy life would be for us if I just had to be about looks? I would run my ass to the gym. But with this show we doing, we know it's so much for them to want us. With them, for the most part, if you look good, half of the battle is done. All you gotta do is bring the bare minimum after that. And I may marry your dumb ass, yo. It's that simple. And if you can ruin that by living a mean life and living your girl's life who only show you the good, but you never know dude whooping her ass off Facebook or cheating and bringing STDs and babies back, you ain't gonna acknowledge that's happening. But like you say, city girls up. But these same female rapper icons they all in fucking relationships, yo, and getting pregnant. You be like, wait, and I ain't mad, because we have our moments where we listen to our face. I'm hearing Young Jeezy slang a foe, and he married a Chinese, yo. That makes no sense to me. Trap or die, nigga. Fuck out of there. But remember, it's on you if you're influenced by social media or whatever, even going back to your parents. At some point, my message gonna remain. You're gonna have to make the choice of what you want and what you want to be and who you are. Regardless, you shouldn't be influenced. But the fact that you are is unavoidable, because like you said, we live in that time. To ignore that you already behind the eight ball. So I would check a girl page, like, and see how she posts. Fuck that. Go to them pictures. If she got ass and pussy prints all up through there, baby, we ain't going that far. But I'm going to have fun with you. Cool. And I say it jokingly, and I don't ever know if a girl, if my girl ass can be seen by one touch of a button, you can't be my girl, Joe. Right. You just can't. Because I'm old fashioned in a new or age way. You heard me say I want to pay bills, but I'm cool. I listen to all the newest music.
But now, what if her mom taught her that that's what she got to do to get this man?
Her mama, she failed how to wrong.
That's what we talking about, that's right? Women being leaders for these little girls. I mean, this is that topic, right?
Now, Bite Man, you have gone from dating to married to baby to divorced. So, what happened?
Well, I don't know what happened.
now you got our tongue twisted. Come on, man.
Do you feel like your ex-wife's mother prepared her for you? When you said that women wish that they would have got you earlier, this didn't work for whatever reason. You have to get into details about your marriage. And
we just want to see the full circle of life.
But did the mother prepare her for you?
I don't know. I'm not gonna blame her mother for the actions of what she pulled. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't date her mother. I dated her. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever time her mother spent or not, when she cut the cord loose and say, "Hey, you're gonna be an adult from this point on," it's really up to her to grasp that and become an adult. But I mean, if you still want to do foolish things that go contrary to being an adult, then hey, shoot, we be single by ourselves.
But were the remnants of her mother, saying that I'm assuming you know her mother well enough to speak on it, were the traits of what you ended with, was it any of her mother in it, or was it the total opposite as to where, even though you saying she got to make the adult choice, she did make the adult choice and go against what her mama was showing you from when you met her? Do you think it's any of her mother in her?
No, I can't. Not back when the bull crap was going on. No,
You don't think that was her mother? That was her.
And see, for me, I don't. My wife has never blatantly said, "Well, my mama said this," or "My mama did that." So I don't. And thank God for that.
Yeah.
Because that means that you are, even if they do have conversations about our relationship, she's not bringing it back, making it, all of our issue.
I feel
so. That's a good thing.
Bike man, my question. So, with you having had the experience of marriage, me and Leo aspire to have it. Did getting a divorce discourage you to do it again? Because that's all I want to ask somebody who actually had a divorce. Would you do that shit again?
I'll do it again.
Okay.
I mean, I would.
You don't leave jaded.
No, I can't put the mistakes of one person off on another person. I mean,
okay, that's what's up.
When you go into it with that type of attitude, that's what you're doing right off the bat.
You already lost.
Yeah, you already lost. You're not even giving this person the opportunity to even get to that point.
Okay. Do you think you can learn from a divorce? Like, even if you were a complete saint in it, is it something you could take? Because it is an experience. Yeah. Can you, do something better? Or if you just come and be the same husband you was, you should have a successful relationship?
Yeah, I believe I should have a successful relationship just by being a person who I am. I mean, I've never been that guy that stays out, hanging out at the club or anything like that. So kind of that respect, or if I'm bringing it to the household, I kind of expect that in exchange, just automatically. This is not something that I have to say.
My last question, because I always say this with people who do get divorced, that's why I don't pick a side. I've always said you already know the person you choose to marry. So when you marry her, were there any signs? We don't need to know what she did. Was she what she was all the time, and you just saw it clearer now that she was your wife? Or did she do a complete 360? Because that's my biggest fear. Because when they get to the last thing, I'm going to show you.
Well, yeah, I can't say it wasn't no complete 360.
180, I should say.
Yeah,
I
can't say, things probably spun out of control.
Okay.
A little bit. But, I ain't going to take this opportunity and say, oh, she's this, she's that, she's that. I've been through some stuff, and a lot of people who probably watching know the crap I've been through. But, at the same time, everybody, they get emotional. And when you get emotional, what happens? You do stupid stuff.
On the real.
And, sometimes you do stupid stuff that you regret. The most part about it is if you're with somebody that's going to forgive you even after the stupid stuff. Because at the end of the day, life still has to be lived out.
On the real.
And Juli, you took us to our final point of fake it till you make it. How often does that happen with you, Leo, where, if you follow Leo on social media, which you can tell us what your social media is.
Tech Executive, TEQ Executive. EXE.
That's
Exec CUTIV.
yeah. That's his IG. Yeah. You at times you live a pretty flashy lifestyle.
And that's toned down, believe me.
Yeah. And so how often do you get girls that are willing to fake it sexually or to try to get down the aisle.
Now, when you say fake it, what do you mean exactly?
Play with your
Yeah, right. They have this facade. They are one person, and you cannot stay that pretentious person for too long. Eventually, it's going to come out. Sometimes it'll come out after you already married.
Mm-hmm.
But how and sexually, I mean, people will do all the stuff they can until they get the ring, and then the Sahara Desert. So
I'm with you. I wouldn't. So I don't base my relationships off sex like that. Like I'm very disciplined when it comes down to sex. Like a woman can't get me off sex alone. She can have sex with me, but she can't get me. The woman who gets me it's mental. It's game. It's like somebody who makes sure I'm good, makes sure that I'm eating right, make sure that like I told you, my place is clean. Like somebody who's thoughtful, who genuinely cares about you, right? So
these are some old school values. Do you agree?
I do agree, but I think that it's still
the
relevant.
values.
Yeah, it's still relevant. Like I've dated every race, right? So and I'm not black women. Like I said, I went to a HBCU. I know for a fact black women do this, right? But I would say that other races might do it more on the regular or more like basic.
They're consistent.
Right. Mexican girl would be like, I'm about to come over there and make such and such.
Earlier in the relationship?
Right off the rip. See,
okay.
That's why they get married at 8 months.
Okay.
12 months, 14 months. Why?
Okay.
Because when she come over there, she know how to get you. She know how to get you. And then the sex is going to be bomb too.
Okay.
So it's like...
What race is this?
Man,
Latino.
Hey,
bring a little sway in so until they get man.
But I would say every race does it. Every race does it. Like it's just, I feel like when you have a woman who's not worried about, she's not worried about who else be over here. She's not worried about being embarrassed, right? Because people need to get over themselves, right? They're not worried about what some other chick doing. They just know that, hey,
I'm here with you.
He said he likes this, so I'm going to give him this. Let's say you want news or something. Let's say you like news. You just mentioned, oh yeah, that's what I'm into. She's sending you news. It ain't this. You got to be my boyfriend. I had somebody who told me recently said, we can't sleep together because you're not my boyfriend. She in her 30s. Stop playing with me. That turned me off.
As it should.
You know what I mean?
She may have had her standards, man. She may have read the Bible, so somebody may have gotten in her head and told her she can't do this until she gets married.
But she not the one for me.
Yeah.
Then she not the one for me.
Time ain't on her side.
And that doesn't mean a woman doesn't have standards because she sleep with you. She trying to get you. Because I'm not paying attention to a woman ain't sleeping with me.
That's true.
You last.
Yeah.
I'm not. Why am I going out with you? You not doing that. So why would I take you out and you're not doing that when I can go get somebody who's doing it?
Well,
she the one
if she was a virgin, then maybe.
If she was a virgin, I wouldn't believe it.
Oh yeah, you
especially if she was fine.
30
if you a 30-year-old virgin, I don't want you nowhere. You a weirdo.
Yeah. How did we get here?
You a weirdo. I don't want a 30-year-old
Look at his face.
I'm trying to think. I knew some women.
You believe them?
Who stayed virgins.
Are they
into their
attractive?
20s.
They wasn't attractive.
They forced?
Into their 20s. And they were attractive.
Wait, teens to 20s?
Wait, a real virgin. Not born again and I'm celibate now.
Right.
No, Joe, I want to see her off the camera. I'm going to tell you she a bald-faced habitual liar.
Okay.
Because it's just unheard of.
And so, back to your point in terms of, the other women, it's like, man, it's not hard to get a husband out here. It's really not. And I say this too. And when I talk about game, I'm like, and Kevin Samuels actually, no, Tariq Nasheed, I don't like Tariq Nasheed, but he brought this up. I read this in one of his books, and I was like, damn, that would work on me. Where if you have a dude who's making a nice amount of money, and you wanna differentiate yourself from the other women, recommend y'all go to a really expensive restaurant, right? Go to somewhere, the bill probably $300-400. Okay, cool. The bill come, you take it.
Damn.
You take it. You pay for it. He gonna say, no. You say, no, it's cool. Okay. That dude's gonna be like,
I ain't never seen no shit like this.
but not only that, he's gonna want to top that. You might not pay for another meal, not
what
again.
the fuck I say?
That's game.
That is.
He taking you around the world. He's spending money because he knows that this chick got it down for me. Whole time you invested it. You tell the average chick to do that, she gonna be like, no,
Fuck
because she
outta
can't think. She's flipping houses instead of doing long-term wealth. She flipping. You doing this, he gonna have sex with you, and then boom. If you know for a fact a woman willing to spend money on you, you will spend that money on her.
Man,
You'll spend way more than she did.
He talking. It take you one time, Joe. He just hit me right there. If you even attempt to do it, you now stand out versus everybody who didn't. And you, like he said, I might want, hey, man, Joe, I said Friday, what you doing today? My bad. I want to just keep seeing you because you did something that they ain't doing. And I go back to what he said about the sex. I feel you right now. You got a daughter. Goodwin got a daughter. Y'all got to think a way that we don't, because we don't got daughters. But you can't be dating me and know I'm sexually active and think you could tell me you're not having sex with me. Because what are you around me for?
Right.
Like, it sounds harsh, but it's the truth. If you met me, I use this for the older people who live in my building. If I live where you live, you lost already. Because if you 60, like, it's too, bitch, I live here, so how, what are we doing? So when a woman meets me, if you're where I'm at, this is your reality. So you either get the best version of me or the one that's going to tell you where you at your lot of life. See, what women don't do is check their dances. We do.
Yep.
See, I'm not finna go talk to no fucking lawyer lady downtown with a business, so I'm not going to walk my dumb ass over there. But see, a woman will meet Leo and think because he dressed out, he don't got all the shit going for him that he do. And even when she find out, she gonna still try to talk to him like he just anybody. Men ain't gonna set themselves up for that dumb shit. And that's where the stark differences come in. We know our lane and our role. So if you come to me, and I do appreciate the women, because like I said, I don't want to bash. I appreciate the women who've been telling women on posts I've seen that's similar to what we talk. Don't ever ask no niggas some shit you can't afford. So if what I always say, when we talk, I wish you would tell me to take you to 4 whole day chow or some shit I ain't never seen in your bitch. When I'm taking you, you ain't never been there.
Right.
On my first day, bitch, we going to Portillo's and we taking pictures. Like that beef. You better like that beef. Now, little do your dumb ass know, I want to go to 4 whole day chow because I ain't been. And guess what? I'm going to take you and you don't got to pay. But you turned your nose up to me when I said Portillo's. Baby, I've been through your picture. I've never seen you go anywhere. So the audacity, I think men, as much as we have bad shit on our side, because I ain't gonna pretend we don't do our shit, we kind of self-check ourselves. It is gonna be scumbag ass niggas who think they should shoot for the stars past us for it. We be like, Joe, you playing yourself. But for the most part, men know, like, I'ma stay in my lane. If I only could get a project chick, I'm going to get a project chick. If I could get the working class woman, I'm going to get that. Because we don't want to set ourselves up to get played. And that might tie all these things up from social media to what your mama told you and all that. And it's just that simple. When Leo said that woman pulled that bill, she said it's an investment. I like how he spent it. You won. By doing one thing, that $300 you spent gonna be forgotten about by 2 weeks. Cause he done took you to 2 restaurants. It was like, look your ass out. He laughing. Cause it felt good that you were different. And like, when you say it's so easy to get a husband, I don't know if I'm gonna go that far, but it's easy to catch a man's attention and keep it when you choose to step out. I ain't saying you gotta be a stripper, a fucking sugar mama and all that, but just do, we're gonna open book ourselves. If you really got game, I'm gonna tell you why the last girl fucked up, what she did, whatever. All you gotta do is the opposite, Joe. I'm telling you. But your woman pride, which has now been more conflated with independence, has told you that hell no, ain't no nigga gonna get me because of your trauma. But what they never take into consideration is we got fucking baggage, and If Chris could say that and say, I ain't judge you versus the last woman, we all probably feel that way. All of us have been fucking hurt too. But if I meet you, it's a clean slate. How dare you bring what dude did to me? I don't know him. I ain't nothing like dude. But I ain't giving you no pussy the last nigga did. I don't got shit to do with that. You gonna give me some ass. Because we're not going past this point. That's the entry fee.
Yeah.
And they should just be adults about it. Because I think that elephant in the room, because this ain't really about, like, sex for women, they need to, like, y'all better stop making that shit matter as much as you do. Because like Leo say, I can have sex with you and not think about you, but I can also have sex with you and want to just keep having it with you. When he say that Latina woman came over there, then Ashley sent the news, rubbing feet, all that, he probably had 6 girls that could have came. But when she was doing all that, now he don't want them. You just got to be confident in what you do and focus on that. Because that's how I move. Like, whatever dude, if I'm here now, dude fucked up, I don't think he can get you back until I see otherwise. That's how.
So it seems like women and their mothers, they're not doing their jobs.
No, that's why they're not getting married.
I'm still gonna say it depends.
Yeah, it seems like they're not doing their job early. You know, to teach women the game. And if you wanted to be everybody's goal is not to get married. You know, everybody doesn't want kids, especially now. But it seems like that's not a conversation that's had before the mess ups and the breakups and the heartbreaks.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's not the forefront. It's not the forefront for everybody, but I would say that it's for. I would say that this country is designed for 2 people to tackle life, right? I think like it's unfortunate that a lot of women are being told, "Don't worry about a man, just go to school. Don't worry about a man, just accomplish this and accomplish that," right? And then you go look up, and you're gonna be 30 plus, and you're gonna have these degrees and a lot of debt from student loans. And you're not gonna be, you're in competition now with a 24-year-old who didn't even go to school, period, because she's still your competition, because a man really is not concerned with what a woman has at all. Mm-hmm. So you're having, your mom's telling you get these degrees that's gonna make you more attractive to a man. Whole time, if you stay in the gym all day, you're gonna get more niggas than anybody.
Yeah.
Period. And if you know how to act, the dude's gonna marry you, right? Because I look at it like this. All right. You got a girl who, let's just say she's a lawyer, she works for a law firm, she makes $60,000, $70,000. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's say $80,000. Okay, and then you got this one girl who works at the post office, she's a postal worker, she's walking up and down the street delivering mail. She might make $40,000 or $45,000, I don't know how much they make, but let's just say it's that's half, almost, right? If this postal worker looks better than you, she is more attractive to me. I want her. I don't care about your legal degree. Mm-hmm. All right? If she'll come home from work, well, first of all, she might not have to work that long. But if she does work, and she's like, I'm going to make my man whatever he wants to eat. I'm going to make sure that he eats right and that he's happy, and I'm not going to give him no problems, and I'm going to have his back, and I'm going to be with him. That's a woman going to get married, just like that. Those degrees... That's my fault.
It's love.
Those degrees don't mean shit in terms of a man being attracted to a woman at all, unless the man's looking to live off her.
Prodigal son, 82. I'm taking the postal worker. She's in shape and has better health benefits.
I'm taking that too.
He say tackle 2
Legs
birds
out
with
this
one
world.
I'm definitely
block
taking
out the block.
Yeah, and I think that it's something that 3 of us here are parents that we can learn from this conversation, is that to open up the lines of communication now for us with teenagers and preteens. You got a little while to go with the 2-year-old, but to open up the lines of communication, to, put them up on game, how to, first be happy with yourself, and then you can make somebody else happy. But also try to lead by example, to not have, a revolving door of women around. And hopefully, if you single, you know, that the baby mama don't have no revolving door men around.
Not around my door.
And that will, you know, usually, you know, what you see is usually what you end up doing.
This podcast really is a unisex podcast because everything we talked about can be applied to our sons, especially coming from us. Because like Leo said, like, we got to put our sons up on game because the woman that comes, that has the game, you already weak to because we only looking at her attraction. Let her have a mind. Boy, she gonna take you everywhere she wanna take you. So we gotta equip them. We gotta, like you said, lead by example. Break down what's considered being a provider as opposed to a fucking simp. Prove to him that you don't have to be social media, but if you are gonna be, like, do it right. And just basically, to me, all in all, for just women, and I probably won't talk after this, I am the biggest fan of our women first and foremost, because what I hate is the narrative given from most women from us. As I say in our music is the most degrading to any fucking batch of women. Our perception of women from the men who outnumber me is awful. And just like the trauma that they suffer from trying to find a one of us. I empathize with that. So I want to see them win. Don't think that Leo's saying don't become a fucking lawyer. He's just saying don't prioritize that to getting you a husband. Don't forget, he said it right when he said, this country kind of puts you on a path to do some shit together. Mm-hmm. And don't let your independence, because I ain't no fool. I want to be married for the love of shit, but it's just what you think. 2 incomes is better than 1. Yeah. You know, and whatever you doing, maybe you don't want a house, maybe you want to buy property, living in an apartment. Whatever you want to do is better to have 2. And if we just be like the little boys that I say, don't nobody want to fucking die alone or be lonely as an old man. So the fact that most men, I don't give a fuck what they say, wants that one companion, alpha male, normal guy, lame, super, everybody want a one girl eventually. Now, I don't know the age to recommend women to get, because sometimes we think it's old, but like you say, a woman can, I'm in the gym, gathered, she can be the 24-year-old who doing all that shit. And now I'm looking like, damn, homie got it. So it's like the fight to get that man gonna always be that, but never lose sight that you want that man, because God wants this shit. Fuck this country, fuck this podcast, whatever religion you look at, man and woman together. And if we know that, they should know that, already having a head start, that we are looking to get you. Don't mess up what's easy for you. Equip yourself, have a backup plan, because Goodwin love independent women. I'm in the middle. It sounds like with me and Leo, sounds like I don't really give a fuck what you do. Like, I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you. You want somebody like, baby, I got this. But I mean, I don't really think you gave your opinion on what you prefer. But it seems like we all want one. And everything we talked about, whether it came off rude or whatever, it's real coming from men. So when Kim does this show, I'ma watch and listen like, oh, that's what I'm gonna be. Nah, fuck with I ain't that guy. I want all the fucking open book test knowledge, because I'ma use that shit. So don't let your mama come in full circle. Your mother who lived her life dictate yours. Like, that's the only thing I'm taking from this. If me and Leo say, if you tell me anything your mama said after 21, you not the girl for me. Because I ain't dating your mama. What he say? Send her, I date your mama then. Since I got to bring her ass over here, I'm going to give her what she never got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know why I can't say this name. Prodigal son. Mean income for families with 2 workers is $143,000.
That sounds about right.
2 incomes are better than 1. So
wait, what's 143,000?
I think he's saying that's the average for like a real American couple, probably middle class.
Yeah,
I thought it was 80,000.
Middle class or average?
For 2 families, for 2 people, 80,000.
The average?
A postal worker and a
Gotta be a little. That's probably a little more than that.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
No,
Especially in Chicago.
Nah, wait. So you
ballers
say
in here.
adjusting the cost of living in Chicago?
Yeah, he said the mean income for families with 2 workers is $144,000 roughly.
It's
Man.
rare though, because what in West Virginia, I'm pretty sure that's not true. In Montana, it's probably not true.
So what? That's 144. That's about $72,000 average.
Combined somewhere else.
I think.
I'm sorry.
Yikes.
I'm sorry. I think that most people. It's kind of late. Most people in this country don't make that much money. Like $70,000.
Yeah, that is. Like,
That's
40 is the average.
We letting social media fool us, bruh. Most people don't make $70,000. Most people make about 40 to 50 at the most, and then you doing good if you're doing that.
In Chicago, at that.
Man, listen.
In Chicago, you gotta have 2. If you're not making 80 to 100,000 a year, you gotta have 2 incomes. You must.
No, together or
That's
by
what I'm
yourself?
saying together. I'm saying together.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
will survive.
143, that's great.
143.
That's what I said. 143 with 2 people, right? Combined.
That's nothing in Chicago.
76
But
per. 76 and a half per.
That's nothing in Chicago.
Depending on where you live.
To live in a decent area.
Okay.
To live in a decent area in Chicago,
Right, 2 cars.
it's more than $140,000 a year.
That's what we know, but we know we're not making it, and yet we surviving. So if he's stating what they say, yeah. But we know motherfuckers ain't banking 143 together.
No.
Even living, it's some kind of sacrifice being made. They don't live in a decent neighborhood. They got 80. They don't both got cars. They got 90.
Yeah.
143 is kind of high for
That's
me to
high,
think.
boy.
Yeah, that's 76 and a half each. That's a motherfucking truck driver that's been there a minute.
Lawyer.
And hell yeah, lawyer lady. I can't even say teacher. Because a
Teacher
damn
don't make
teacher
that.
ain't touching no 70.
Police don't make. Police
Hell
make
no.
72 maybe, and that's a whole.
No,
and they
police
highly
make
paid.
more and teachers make more.
That ain't
After
no-
seniority.
After a few years, they make more. So if you in a household with 2 teachers, they probably at about 150,000.
Oh, wait, what?
That's crazy.
I won't believe that teachers making 75.
Right.
Oh yeah.
There'll be a lot more teachers.
Chicago public school teachers?
Easy.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck they be striking for then?
Right.
Because I don't get it.
That's why they make what they make.
Oh, okay. Let me know something. Because every teacher I know, we underpaid and understaffed. I don't know.
Teachers are not making $50,000.
That's how they sell it. That's how Jahari about right on. 50 is what I believe.
Okay.
75 is too much.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, this has been great. I knew you all would deliver. That's why I called you all first. Thank you all for saying yes. Thank you for being here. Our topic tonight was, are mothers preparing their daughters for healthy relationships? And we didn't attack anyone, but I think that we could say no, and that you need to. And if you want to get to the mountaintop, you're going to have to put forth a little more effort versus being demanding and watching what other people are posting on social media, all that good stuff. And it's going to take some time. And try to do it early, because Leo keeps saying that 3-0.
Leo ain't wrong.
Leo once you hit that 3-0,
Don't get
but
that 3.
white people, for them it's in college.
That's when you're supposed to be on it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be looking at that age. That's too young.
Yeah.
But boy,
Black people, we don't do that.
and that's why we ain't get married. Because 25, you need to kind of be like, that one. That's what you need to be doing at 25. Now, you might not get married till 28, but damn. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, man, I'm not like a man who is like in his 30s ain't really trying to check for nobody. If you're dating, it's when you got women grasping you at 26, 25, and you're in your 30s, you're gonna be like, I want that.
Yeah.
I know that sounds misogynist, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's true.
It's true.
It
It's
ain't
all
no disclaimer
men.
needed.
I'm just being
They
honest.
know, like, 30, if you catch a man at 30, you probably like, you won. The
Yeah.
further it goes, you battling the clock just as we.
I think these two are older than me, so I'm gonna ask you.
Wait, I
You-
think we're all the same age.
I don't know about
Class
that.
01, all right.
Then, how old are you?
I'm in my mid 30s.
You mid-30s?
Yeah, the
You
smack.
I never
mid-30s
reveal
now?
my age here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And 26, you can go at you can
Women can.
you would wife a 26-year-old?
Yeah.
But the quick.
She grown. She
Okay.
good and grown.
Okay.
If she know what she want and she got some game about herself, yeah. I'ma say this, and I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but they be choosing at 21. I asked them, hey, you know how old I am? They're like, I don't care.
Because they ain't dumb. They not dumb.
They don't care. They're aggressive. They're not out here like, I'm gonna let him come to me. These new age girls, they choosing. Hey, I'm trying to, hey, what's up?
Me?
That's what they doing.
All right. Chris Bike Man Daniels on Facebook. That's your only social media, right?
Come on, me and him.
You and
Me
Juli.
him.
That's all y'all want to do.
That's
is
it.
Facebook.
I'm done. Once this go away, I'm out.
Man, all that other stuff, I'm decent.
I'm
Too
good.
many platforms, I got enough problems.
I got
You know, these
But-
damn stuff.
Well, safe travels back down to DeKalb, homecoming weekend,
Absolutely.
NIU. I'm trying to give me some piece of pros.
Uh-oh. Douglas Hall.
Douglas Hall has been
Been
demolished.
Oh,
Down,
man, I got
down.
memories in Douglas Hall, and I ain't even go there.
Yes,
Dang.
Douglas Hall has been demolished. Leo,
What's up?
Leotis Thomas. I'm gonna give it, even if you don't want to give it, I'm giving out his
Yo,
goddamn
get on
Facebook.
that
That's cool.
He really, you hit that ad button for Leotis Thomas. And
Yeah.
do you accept anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you may not know these people, and yeah, go on. Leo is very controversial, but he tells a lot. It's facts. It's facts. He's gonna say what you all don't want to hear. Tech executive
Tech
on
executive.
Instagram. Tell us about your app as well.
Style Tech app, we list booths for rent, and we will book your services. If you are a hair, nail, and makeup professional or tattoo professional, we do bookings. We list booths for rent. We list specials, and we promote your work. So it's STYLETEQ.
Style Tech
Style
on
Tech.
Instagram. I think Twan is watching. Why don't you say?
Yeah, I
something?
see
Why don't
Twan.
you say something to Twan?
What's up,
I just want to
brother?
know Twan who's attacking me.
Man.
I just want to know how much Beijing he gonna keep in his damn head. That man went from his ball as Jordan himself, no offense, as Michael Jeffrey, to having a thick set of waves. I'm like, how this happen, Joe? I
can't
just
let
him
you
and
get on my
Carlos
mans.
Boozer and Karan Butler. They wearing weaves and putting Beijing in their head,
man.
and it's not okay. Be yourself, man. Be your damn self.
Yeah, I seen Twan a few days ago, and he
Y'all
was
both
shocked.
y'all
He
talk
really,
about some
every time I see him when he outside, he look like he done robbed the Gap. You know? he really,
He preppy.
yeah, he really
He's
be preppy.
and he'll pop up on your. This motherfucker found me on 39, and like, where your gun at now? I'm like, bitch, it's here. I ain't seen you. You would have got the ops on me, but it's here. Oh yeah, he a real cool dude. He just used Beijing in a week.
Shout out to the podcast killer. You can find him on all podcasts. Follow Unapologetic on all social media outlets: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and one day there'll be a TikTok. We on all podcast platforms. That's Apple, Spotify, Google, and all that other stuff.
Defend yourself.
Thank you all for watching. You will get a rebuttal show for some nice young ladies in the near future. And we look forward to that
And
Unapologetic podcast.
we will all come together once they attack us back.
Yes.
Okay, let them know.
Yes.
Us four may be back for the joint show. Because
Yeah.
we know Kim coming.
Yeah.
Kim coming.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Gone.
Boy.
Man, I'm amazing.
Man, no.
Yeah, I gotta get going, man.
As bad as I thought we would be, I don't really think we said no left field shit. Like,
Nope.
We took all